we have the playoff challenge.
Yeah.
And this was kind of neat because on NFL.com, if you've not played the playoff challenge, I'll let Jason explain kind of the ins and outs, but there are groups of people that play together. And I believe we were really close to the top.
Yeah, we're like the 5th largest.
Behind like the NFLs.
Yeah.
And
ESPN's.
Yeah, the Rich Eisen Show and ESPN's.
Yeah, and then there's our league that you are a part of. So we will be tweeting out that link again. You can just go to the NFLnetwork.com, go to the playoff challenge. It's a fun. Basically, here's what the game is. It's fantasy football for the playoffs. I'm guessing that you will enjoy it because you love fantasy football as we do.
Just under 1,000 people.
Just under
so far.
1,000.
We tweeted it twice. And I'll just say this real quick. You can go to the NFL Playoff Challenge. Just look for the group, the Fantasy Footballers. Or you can go to bit.ly.com/footchallenge.
There you go.
So, Jason, go ahead and explain what it is.
So here's how the game works for the playoffs. You set your lineup. There's quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, tight end, defense, kicker. And you get points just like in fantasy football. Now, here's the real catch and the strategy changer is that through the playoffs, you will get a multiplier of your points for players who play the following week. So essentially,
give an example.
If you don't change your roster.
Right, if you played him the last week. So let's say you pick Kirk Cousins for your quarterback, and he does great in week 1, and he scores you a lot of points, but he loses that game. You get those points, and that's great. But next week, you're going to need to change that quarterback.
And you're going to be at the beginning.
And you're going to be at that beginning.
Multiplier-wise.
And so the next week when you pick Aaron Rodgers, because he was so great that last week, he goes out, you're going to get one, point for point what he's doing. 1x. But if Kirk Cousins won that game and you start him the next week, then you get 2 times the points for everything. 2 times.
2 times.
1.
So there's a lot of strategy there. And I think
Hold on, he's carrying this one on for a while.
All right, so here's one of the oh my goodness. Here's one of the strategic facets is bye week players, right? Clearly, if you pick a guy that's going to get to the Super Bowl, you're going to get a lot of multipliers up to 4 times. You can pick the guys that are on bye in week 1, and they will start that next week giving you a ×2 multiplier. So I picked Carson Palmer in my personal league, and that means that when he plays whoever he plays the following week, I will get 2 times his points, but I get nothing this week from any position.
Yes.
So
and if that's not clear enough, it's very obvious on the site. They explain it to you. I will say this. If you end up winning the group, we'll send you some fun stuff.
Yes.
We'll send you a trophy. We'll send you some footballers gear.
Love it.
So that'll be the reward for the victor. Obviously, we'll probably win, and we'll send it to ourselves. I actually go to the mailbox and mail it, though, because I like getting packages.